for Mama Kwaba at the bar Pro 2 Media so and then so in summer a go upon a so was some for Chris DJH and I'm the best some now most women who near Echo so or intend to say so any on my Ghana and we are say a fine and then so in summer go upon so a door so papa a year yeah several 70 people on our can wash any years what I say 70 people you be so question that's the only to me here Madam for me papa, me mommy, me nia. Untimi ya no ajai. Obi ntimi nchew. Untimi yi asem bia no a forget it. Oso unya kukuduro na aka se masa me ntimi fa wasem. Si betwa oti kura me ya no. So what I say. Na weekend etwam ya. Na NDC for ekwaye meeting na meeting na se no na ye communication director Sami Jemfi apie ho na John Dramani Mahama mampeni dada ebeka sai na journalist for apie ho no se journalist for na apie program na se na siboni ensase ka kire questions a ye toto emane John Dramani Mahama no question bia ni hotimi eyi ano na owura Captain Smart nso ekopie ho na ode pempem no o kire ne say Captain Smart dada na oye no sisi onye Captain Smart dada ne biem na o kire ne say oye okukudufo Captain Smart so what I say na question e ba no na no de papa question be ne pepie ho message say ya list questions no na yedini ye pese wo so kotie na wo so hu no bi na wo hu questions ye koso den wo ho mo na question ba ko a me di batu edwa sisi ene se sisi no ono Captain Smart se one Ghana youth ene Ghana mmerwane kokurafo no ono amo kasa na sisi omo twoma ono John Dramani Mahama den pa no obeye so wa di asempa no wa hwo bi ya question otoma ne no na esewani yakase nsobu a nsobu no yesi otwa nani kwa ha na otwa nani akwa ha ohwe ni padom left no hwa right ohwase monka asembe no kan yankoni yankuti ba ne ba odaroma de obia so me de beto aboso Pro 2 Media meso so be like video no share no make comment on their phone na bibia onsa akanema sonko meso so yankombra ndase
the kind is Fourth Republic Yehun Rollins Yehun Kufo Yehun Professor Mills wa Yehuda abedi mampeni it sounds like yente bibi fufuru bia ase say you huna yesanko di akire de yate dada na wo kan sese ya dem pa na ya ade fofora we second coming no ehu wo mu esese Ghana for ye hunu ye di akire na ye to abama. Thank you very much.
Benadavile. Thank you very much, Sami. Thank you, Mr. President. I think there are two pending questions that were forgotten. The sports question and then the Umaru Sanda question on OSP. So my question is, you said that you can work with 60 ministers, which is interesting. The number of DCs has increased from 110 to 261. And it appears when districts are created, the EC also increases the constituency. So now we have 275. Those are also arms of government that are expensive. Now, while this is happening, the AMA had 9 districts created out of it in 2018 to 2019. So we are increasing districts. We are creating new districts even in AMA, but AMA has only 3 sub-metros. So the ability to raise revenue is also lower. So it's a 2-in-1 question. Are we going to stop at 261 districts, 275 constituencies, cutting costs? And within that same question, the issue of AMA becoming only 3 sub-metros. They can't raise enough revenue. So it's difficult to manage the city. You've spoken about building a new capital. Does that mean Accra is a lost cause?
Thank you very much.
Increasing districts. That is part of the expenditure government has to bear. Bernard, unfortunately, it is provided for in the Constitution, and unfortunately, it has been misused by governments. A lot of the time, the motivation for splitting districts is to create additional constituencies. And so you find that districts have been split and become unviable because they are too small and do not have economic opportunity to be able to be viable as a district. There are many districts today whose only source of income is District Assembly's Common Fund. And so unfortunately, that is what has happened. I remember when I was a deputy minister, the districts were under 100, about 90 districts or 70 districts or something like that. Today we have 261. And there's no scientific basis for the division except gerrymandering. Because there are districts that are bigger that should have been divided, that are not divided. But districts that are smaller that should have been left as they are have been split and created into smaller districts, because then the party that wins in that district can have 2 constituencies instead of 1. So that is the case. Several districts that existed, constituencies that existed, have been converted into districts. So in looking at the review of the Constitution, we must set some more stringent guidelines for the creation of districts. You know that now every traditional area wants a district. And so we're getting to the stage where every paramount chief wants his traditional area to be a district. Because I go around and traditional paramount chiefs are requesting districts for their traditional areas. That's not what it was meant to be. But if you look in the Constitution, the creation of regions is specified, and you must go through a process that requires consensus building. Unfortunately, it's not the same with districts. With regions, you must have a commission of inquiry, and the commission of inquiry must recommend, and when it has recommended, it must go for a referendum. 40% of the people in that region must vote, and 75% of them must say yes. And so, if we do the constitutional review, we probably must look at making more stringent the creation of more districts. Because if we say it's just based on population and land size, where are we going to stop? Ghana today is 33 million people. It is predicted that by 2050 or 2030 something, we'll be 50 million people. And so if you say population is the driver,